Howdy y'all, I'm Alan Coffey and welcome to Driven to Know, my YouTube video blog. I apologize for the background. My office is and has been for many years a work in progress, and right now there's very little progress, as you may be able to notice from the piles of stuff behind me. But eventually I shall have it arranged the way I wish to have it arranged. But in any case, the reason I'm recording this particular bit of video today is I'd like to just say hi, let you get a look at me, and not just have a pre-programmed sort of presentation, and just talk to you a little bit about who I am and what I'm trying to do and how I'm trying to do it. First off, my name is Alan Coffey. I said that earlier. But I am a native of the South Texas, Victoria County area. I've lived in the county all my life, with the exception of the 10 years I was gone to Oklahoma and Fort Worth. But out of 60 years, I spent 50 of them here. In fact, this house that I'm in right now is the house I spent most of my life. I've spent most of my life in this house. It was built in 1968, and I have been in this house for most of my life, and for the last, let's see, since 2012, after my parents had to go into the nursing home. Anyhow, the whole point of me doing all this is so that you can kind of get an idea what kind of guy I am, what sort of person I am. I've never really done a video blog before. I've made videos of lots of other people, but very few videos of myself. I spent 2 years as an AmeriCorps Vista volunteer, and my job description was public relations specialist. And so I made lots of videos. I posted lots of stuff on Facebook and Twitter and other places. And I interviewed people, but I never really inserted myself a lot. I tried to stay out of those videos as much as possible. However, now this is a little different story. I'm trying to find a way to make a living here in the time of COVID, and being 60 years old with some pre-existing conditions, I'm really not a candidate to be out in the public right now, because if I got sick, I could very easily end up being dead. And since I don't have any insurance, that would be bad. That would be bad. I wouldn't like that at all. And I know some people who wouldn't like that very much either. So anyhow, back to who I am. I am a retired Baptist minister. I no longer am involved in Baptist ministry of any kind, although I spent all of my life from 1984 to 2016, excuse me, as a Baptist minister. That's 32 years. I'm trying to find other areas of interest, things that I can do that are just, more or less life-sustaining. Because, I have a wife, I have two dogs, I have a cat and a dog. And I just kind of like to be able to enjoy the rest of my life and not end up, more impoverished than I already am. Well, anyhow, that's not the whole point of the channel. The whole point of the channel is Driven to Know. I have a deep desire to know things. I always have had a deep desire to know things. And I think that probably has gotten me into, not probably, I know that's gotten me into trouble times in the past, my desire to know things. When it would have been better off just to take somebody's word for something, better off just to, not question, not ask, not talk about whatever it was. But I have this insatiable desire to know things. I am driven to know. And as a result, I have lots of books. You can't really see them because I'm not really positioned for you to see them. But, they will probably come up later on when I use a different device to make these videos. Right now I'm using the camera on my computer to do this, and hopefully it will turn out the way I want it to. And this computer is a 2013 HP Envy laptop. Probably the nicest computer I've ever had, even though it is a little older than... There, I'm scratching my head. You're not supposed to touch your face on video. Remember that. That's a tip. Don't touch your face. Don't scratch your head. Don't dig in your nose. Don't twitch your ears. Don't chew on your mouth. Don't dig around. Don't scratch your back or anything like that. Those are all video no-nos. Don't you do it. Okay, back to what we were talking about. But I have a wide background. Not only do I have a Master of Divinity degree, which is a post undergraduate degree, I've always been very interested in history, science, archaeology, architecture, art, all those things that basically go around making history come to life. Even back when I was in elementary school, I would sit and read history books for entertainment. I learned a lot of things about history that I wasn't taught in school simply because I read it in a book somewhere. For instance, I have known for many years, back when I was a little kid, that slavery was the cause of the Civil War, even though I had been told many times in school that it was about states' rights, y'all. It's not about slavery, it's about states' rights. Well, yeah, kinda, but the only states' rights involved, folks, was the right to own other people. That's slavery, okay? So anyhow, I learned those things. And also, I've been interested in science. I'm not good enough at math to really ever be a scientist, but I like to understand at least the concepts involved with science. And in addition to that, I'm interested in literature and poetry and just all those humanities. In fact, I've got a lot of literature books. And I write some, although I have never really put my writing out there other than when I used to preach sermons all the time and write articles for the church newsletter or articles for, several magazines and things like that. Well, anyhow, that's who I am. And as I mentioned, right now I'm using the camera on my laptop. And my goals for my channel are these rather. I want to talk about things that I'm interested in. I want to talk about how they have impacted my life and how they can possibly impact your life too. Those are all things that are good to know, good to have. And I'm hopeful that over the course of time, this channel will accrue some advertisers maybe. Maybe it'll get monetized. My goal is I need to clear $2,000 a month. That doesn't sound like a lot of money to people who are living a nice, happy, middle-class lifestyle. And it's not. But if I can clear $2,000 a month for the rest of my life, that'll be great. So anyhow, that's sort of what I'm shooting for. I want to talk about those things that interest me: history, literature, politics. I forgot to mention I've been very interested in politics and special events ever since I was a little kid. I grew up when the only thing on the news at night was the Vietnam War. And I don't know what about that made me so very interested in politics, but it did. So I have spent a lot of time involved with understanding politics, the Constitution, other things in that vein. I'm pretty much right now just ad-libbing this, which, you can probably pick up on that I don't have a script that I'm following. But, I intend to be a little more scripted in the future. And when I talk about some of these things that I find interesting and have developed a love for over my 59, almost 60 years of life. Other things I'm interested in are my puppy. I have a little dog named Cherry Littlebottom. She's a little Shih Tzu. I have a little kitty cat. Her name is Dr. Livingston, and I have a lovely wife. All things that are very meaningful to me. So, I hope this introduction will encourage you to watch this spot on YouTube for more Driven to Know. Thank you. I'm Alan Coffey, and y'all have a great day.